Definitely. What's up, everybody? I'm really excited because I actually spent some time getting creative on this presentation to give you a visual of what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. This way. So Facebook and digital marketing, this is where I spend all of my marketing dollars. Hold on, let's get into this presentation. All right, here we go. Okay. So let's get into all the things that I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how you're going to create your digital footprint. We're going to talk about the boosting avenues, places that you go digital with your ads. We're going to talk about my digital listing game plan, and pretty much it's the template or it's the process that I use for all of my listings. And also the different types of Facebook ads that are available to you. And then how I have tested on Facebook the video views, and then how to boost based on how much views you're getting, and kind of like the tips that I've gotten throughout the times of testing my ads. Then we're also going to talk about measuring engagement, and we're going to talk about analyzing those insights. So how do you build your digital footprint? When I first started in real estate, it was many, many years ago. Nothing existed on the digital world, nothing. We had one company website and we all shared it. So as obviously time went on, and I had my license for 15 years, but the first 10 years was like selling like everybody to my aunt, my brother, like everybody knows a brother or a cousin that's a realtor. That was me 15 years ago. But about, I would say 7 years ago when I joined Remax, I spent the first 6 months building my digital footprint. And what does that mean? That means setting up your realtor profiles, your Zillow profiles, your Trulia profiles, any profile that I could set up, Remax.com, the Miami Association, Proxio Pro, REAAS, which is a global referral exchange platform. So anywhere that I could put my profile and I could put my bio and I could put myself, that's what I did. And what is the goal? The goal is when you go to Google, you want your clients to put in your name. Like right here, here's an example, Dania Diaz, Miami, and look at everything that comes up. And I want to make sure that not only does it come up on the front page, but I want it to come up on the second page and the third page. And obviously the only way to do that is to build the footprint, right? Another thing that you'll see on this slide is on the right side, I am a HomeSnap Pro member. So they have a service, I guess, interlinked with it that they will give you a business page. And then every single week they will post photos on that page to keep your page relevant, and it's done automatically. And then along with that, they have in the HomeSnap interface, which if anybody knows me, knows that I'm a huge HomeSnap advocate. Every time we have product spotlights, this is always my subject because it's something that I really, really, really believe in. I use every day. I even use the app at properties. I share the app with my clients. I have my own app from my company, which is also fantastic as well. But I just really think that HomeSnap is very user friendly. So I set up my business page and all of that. Now let's get into the boosting avenues and the different places where you can boost digitally. Obviously, Google Ads, SEO, and PPC. I don't really focus a lot on SEO and PPC. I'm not an expert, but there are other YPN members who are very skilled in that arena. So if you need some help, you can definitely check out Miami Realtors Live. They have all the classes there. So if you're looking to take more classes after this one or learn some more, definitely check that out. As far as Google Ads with boosting within HomeSnap, there is each property will automatically link to your HomeSnap, and you will be able to boost Google, Instagram, Waze, and Facebook. And so this picture here is pretty much from the HomeSnap. I think it was a HomeSnap ad that I got, and it does everything for you. As far as the Google, I let that do Google for me. As far as Facebook goes, about 3 years ago, I started playing around with videos, boosted ads on Facebook, and I started realizing, okay, I started getting like the hang of the tricks and like what content was working, and and just different ways that I started boosting on Facebook. So I kind of build my own advertising strategy with that. So I don't use HomeSnap for that. AdWorks is a digital marketing platform that pretty much creates a billboard for your property, and it follows you around on the internet. It's kind of like, I guess it works with cookies in your computer. So if someone's searching, if they liked your property on another website, if they're looking in that zip code, it's going to follow them on Yahoo, on NBC, on just even places that you're shopping, eBay. So I find it to be a very good resource. They also have digital live streaming commercials, which I had started to do in the beginning of March, but then I actually took it away because of everything that was happening. I just didn't really see that marketing working for me. So I actually have a piggy bank, I guess I'll call it, in AdWorks to boost my listings. Another thing is, the internet is very funny, because what I've seen is that as soon as you start getting more views on your listings or on your videos, the internet kind of recognizes that as content that people want to see. And for some reason, your marketing budget, your marketing dollars will go farther as you get more views for your ads. Another boosting avenue is Instagram boost. I've been playing around with this. I'm not an Instagram influencer. I know a lot of people who are killing the game with that. But for me, Instagram, I find it to be just another place that my clients can Google, because that's what I'm all about. I feel like all of these online platforms is your billboard, and it's what people, when they search, what they see about you. So it's something that you have to leverage, your billboard, because at the end of the day, it's not so much to me how many people like or how many people see, but I will tell you that I recognize Instagram and Facebook, they're money machines. And they want you to boost, especially that I'm using my business page for my Instagram. So if I don't put in marketing dollars, I find that Instagram I'll get maybe, let's say, 12 to 50 likes, depending on how good organically my post does. But I find that when I boost little like $5, and I guess I've learned which ones to pick and choose. I'll put like $5. If I see that it's doing well, I might add another $5 the next day. Instagram only lets you boost the amount of money for the amount of time that you set it initially. And then if you want to continue to boost more, you have to do it for the following day. Facebook is a little different. I've kind of played around with both of them. Facebook ads, obviously, I'm going to get into a lot more about Facebook ads in this presentation. And then email marketing is just something that follows up all of this. I do a lot of email blasts, and I send my listings to all the realtors, and I have a paid service for that as well. So this is my bread and butter right here. I'm going to share this with you guys. I think that in the end of the day, in this industry, if we can share with each other, make each other better, that's what this is all about. Sharing is caring, and the more you give, obviously the law of reciprocity, you will receive. So this is my digital marketing game plan. So pretty much you're gonna see, this is a post on Facebook. This is actually a video. I don't know if you can see my cursor. I hope that you can. But on the first picture here, you're gonna see that this was actually a video. So I always boost my videos for my listings. I will start with a smaller budget. Anywhere from 10 to 25. It depends on the listing, obviously. If it's a really big listing, I might go 50 to 100. And I usually start halfway of where I want to be, because Facebook, and I'll show you later, they have this weird way of when you boost a post and you go back in to test the metrics of it, because I'm always dividing the amount of people that are letting it play for 3 seconds by the amount of people that actually see it, because I like to see the percentage of, like, let's say I like to see the percentage increase. So it might start at like 38% of people are watching it for 3 seconds, and then all of a sudden I see as the views cross the 1,000 threshold, then I'll start seeing that 49% of people are letting it play. And when it crosses the 2,000 threshold, then I'll see that 58% of people, and then it creeps up. And I would say that it typically after 3,000 to 4,000 views, it creeps up into like the 60 to 70% range. And of course, this all depends on the property. some properties are going to give you more content that you will be able to like the content is better. So what I do is like, okay, for example, if I have my budget of $50 or $100, I will say, okay, so if this is getting like a 75 to 85% view rate, then a percentage, then I will say, okay, I'm going to boost like 50 more dollars into this because it seems like it's doing well. And remember, the whole goal is so that when you go out into the field, or you go to that baby shower, or you go to that friend's house, they say, oh my gosh, I saw what you're doing on Facebook, and like you're killing it. Like, you want them to remember you. You want to implant yourself subconsciously into their mind. So into like the other avenues that I use for my digital game plan, you're gonna have here. I don't know if you noticed, but like I try to be creative with every single platform. Sometimes I do share Facebook with Instagram. I will do like Facebook. My Instagram automatically integrates to my Facebook business page, so I will allow it to stay there. Or sometimes I will maybe amend the remarks, or sometimes it depends on how it does. I might just remove it altogether. But I tried to make it a little different so that when they go to my Facebook personal, which is for the most part my business too, but it's a little more personal, I want it to look different than my Facebook business page. I don't want to have the same post on Twitter, the same post on Facebook, the same post on Instagram. I kind of try to switch it around. This right here is just obviously the my property email blast that I sent to all the agents. This was my Instagram post, and this was my Instagram stories post. Then I have this right here is my HomeSnap database. This is where I automatically boost all my listings. Waze here is something that a lot of realtors are not using. When you have your HomeSnap interface and you boost your listings, make sure you boost on Waze. You get the most views. You may not get the most turnaround as far as people calling you or registering for your newsletter, because what happens is once on HomeSnap people are interested, it'll automatically send you their email, and if they share their phone number. And these are more like seasoned leads to put into your database, to connect with them, to email them. But Waze is more just like this billboard. Sellers love it. For me, I think that's the most reason why I use it, is because sellers absolutely love it. This right here is my Twitter post. This is my AdWorks platform. And then I also post the videos on YouTube, because what I like to do is as soon as I get showing requests, I like to put oh, sorry, go back. I'm almost done. But I like to send this to them so that they can see it in advance. I also feel that, you know, we're very visual creatures we like to be habitual. We like things that we can relate to. So if they've already seen the video on YouTube, or if they've already received the Matterport tour, which I'm big on as well, because I boost all those things. It's another digital way to do things. You have to have your videos. Obviously, you have to have really good photographs, and you have to have Matterport tours. I send this to these people so that they can see it in advance, so that when they get to the property, they already like it. Well, let's get into the different types of Facebook ad types, and then I'm gonna talk to you about my different videos and the performance and the metrics and how I measure that and how I work it. So the different types of Facebook ads, you can any post that you do. I have found that, again, sometimes I will post really interesting articles from Miami Herald, and I will literally put like $3. I'll put $3 boost to see what happens. And if I find that I'm getting a lot of engagement, then what I will do is I will boost that ad $3 more and see what happens. And then Facebook does this thing where it'll tell you like, okay, so if you boost this ad for 1 day more and $3 more, you get X amount of views. And I'll say yes. And then it'll say, and if you boost it $1 more and 1 more day, you get X amount of views. And I'll say yes. I'll never go, like if I'm gonna do that 3 times, let's say I'm gonna do $9, I'll do it that way 3 times versus just putting in $9, because Facebook tells me that I'm getting more views doing it the other way. I don't really know what Facebook does or what their algorithms are or how accurate that is, but I've just found that I've been playing with it so much. So it's something that I do. You can also boost your actual Facebook business page. When I first built my page in 2014, I had a goal, and my goal was to show people, like my page was supposed to be about, or is about, Miami and everything anything that is being built, any renovations, any new, like for example, City Place before it came out, you know, the 1000 museum, new developments. And then obviously I also put in my own listings and things that I'm doing in the community and things like that. But I boosted my business page heavily in the beginning, not the actual content. What I would do is I was a big fan of finding Facebook business pages and then like looking into them. So I would look into, like, I would just scroll, like it would be there for like 2 hours just in different pages that I had an interest in. And I would look at what type of articles they would put in there. And I was just trying to build my own thing, learning on what other people were doing in different industries so that I could kind of make myself as interesting as I was in them. So I started just posting all the photos. I like to take a lot of photos, and I started posting all the photos of Miami so that at least I had something for them to scroll through, the long scroll for them to be able to be there for a while. And then I started putting in, you know, all the articles and things like that. And that's when I started boosting the actual page. Once I developed a pretty good audience, which I have like 3,500 likes, which is not astronomical, but for me, you know, it works. It's held consistent for the last 6 years. So that's good. I really haven't had drop off. I have likes come in, likes come out, like, you know, but at least, you know, it's been pretty consistent. But you can do that. You can promote your page. This is obviously a boost right here of posts. And then on your insights within your Facebook business page, it'll tell you suggested ads based on the way your last posts have performed. So you can create posts directly from there. I actually had a virtual open house yesterday, and the day before I posted it on my business page. I posted a couple pictures and inviting everybody to this virtual open house, and I put in $10, and I had like 2,200 people actually see the ad, and I had 70 people actually like it that I don't even know these people. These aren't even like people that I know. This is just them advertising to people within my area, and I got a lot of traction on it. Again, all I want in the end of the day, it's not that I want likes or that I want views. I want people to go to my page, and I want to be able to show them my content and what I'm going to do for them when I get their listing. Look, I'm going to boost your listing on Facebook. And look, when I boost it, look how much activity I get. Again, they may not buy it because of Facebook. It's not like that's going to be the first place they saw it. But if it's on AdWorks, it's on HomeSnap, it's on Waze, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's everywhere. It'll resonate with them. It'll get in their subconscious, and it might push them, if they were considering another property, to pick yours. And that's what I tell them. Now here on the bottom, this is something that I kind of briefly touched. You want to double down on the post with the high engagement. So for example, like I mentioned, if I put a video and that video is just killing the game, I'm going to boost $20 more. I'm going to boost $50 more. I'm probably going to spend like anywhere from $200 to $400. I know it sounds like a lot, but I feel like you have to invest in yourself in order to be something that other people want to invest and pay top dollar for. If you don't invest in yourself, who's going to invest in you? So you on this topic, on the things that you can boost, I actually boosted the event as well. The boost of the event didn't do as well as just the post boost. So now let's get into my video views and boosting. So this is what I spent a lot of time doing in the beginning, because I wanted to learn how to get people to look, or what they were looking at. Not that I wanted to learn how to get people to look at my things. I just wanted to know what they were interested in. And when I first started focusing on my digital marketing game plan, this video right here, this post picture was the first time that Facebook will tell you a relevance score. And I had started out on my first video boost with a relevance score of 5, which isn't that great. And then Facebook will tell you, we don't like videos that are less than 3 minutes. But if it's a good video and people are looking at it, you could still get a high relevance score. So on this case, I actually went to a friend's house. This property was not listed. It's a flip property. They had already had probably secured a buyer, but they weren't sure. And I just said, you know what, do you mind if I just take a couple pictures and I boost it on my page? So I think I spent about $100, since obviously it wasn't a listing. This was more for my own digital billboard. So when people look at me, I can use this on my next listing appointment. That was the point. So in the beginning, I started out with like I said, like 50, 58, about 60 to 70% was the amount of views that I would get after I met a certain threshold. This video had like 7,000 views. Again, I said I spent like $100 to get there. As I went on into video boosting, I found that I have had to spend less, because as you get more relevant, Facebook just, over time, your relevance score is higher, so your marketing dollars go farther. So this is an example of an organic post, and I actually use this like in a to kind of subconsciously, I use this so that I can show sellers, look, if I didn't spend money on your marketing and I just boosted this on my regular business page and I didn't spend $1, this is about how many views we would get. About 35 views. We'd have about 100 people see it organically, and we'd probably have like 35 views. But I'm going to show you how I am going to inject money into this, so that I'm going to make sure that at least 15 between HomeSnap, between AdWords, between Instagram and Facebook, I can guarantee you're going to get 75,000 to 200,000 views, which is incredible. That number to them sounds great. This right here was my Coca-Cola status video. This was a dream to put together. This video actually had 98% of people did not skip through this video. It performed phenomenally. So I injected a lot of money. I ended up spending 400 and some odd dollars to boost this, and I ended up with a total of 22,000 views. Again, I just want, at the end of the day, it's relevance, right? Like if you go to Instagram and I boost a video normally, I probably, depending on the video, will get anywhere from, let's say, 50 to 100 views, which is kind of like, it's whatever. So what do I do on Instagram? I always put $5, $10, so I can get like anywhere from 250 to 500 views, because you know what, believe it or not, people like to see that people are watching you, because if nobody else is watching you, why are they going to watch you? Right? And as far as this Coca-Cola status video, I think that the most important thing for you guys to get out of this is, if you have an incredible product, you need to leverage that product. Like this was a building in the wind. I got a listing, and my videographer is phenomenal, and he had footage of downtown. I sat with him for about 3 hours, and I designed the placement of where we put things, and he worked his magic with slowing it down and putting it all together in this video. I mean, this is something that I'm going to show to every single listing from here on there. That's the whole point. I'm going to try to speed this up. I'm sorry, I'm running a little over time. On the left side here, this is just an example. Last night I did a screenshot of my screen to show you kind of like how it works to boost. And then real quick, the only thing that I really wanted to point out on this was, number one, make sure you're putting housing, because if not, they will reject your ad. And this is what I was talking about. Add $5 in one more day, add $15. I would never just go add 15, I'd go 5 at a time. This is where you can measure your insights to figure out which post to continue to boost, and also how everything is doing. This is where all your marketing dollars are, how much engagement you're getting. Real quick into the insights. It's great to know who's looking, their ages, because then you can tailor your ads to them. If you look here, this example that I put here, this is pretty much my page, my insights, my recent posts. It tells you the engagements, the post reach, and the new likes. And if you look here, I have less post reach, less engagement, but I have the same amount of page likes, which leads me to believe people are liking the content that I've been posting lately versus just boosting ads and so forth. So this is for you guys to stay in touch. I try to not go over my time, and it's 2:30 on the dot. I don't know if
Donna, you can go as long as you like. I was meaning to say that. You're the last presentation of the day. You still have 76 people in attendance.
Awesome. So I can go back and go a little slower. I just wanted to kind of touch here. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you look at this, okay, reach, engagements, like you want to be sitting here and like, I'm constantly looking at my video feed, and I'm looking to see, okay, how many people have looked at my ad and how many people like it. And then I'm copying those things, that's the most important. I want to see if there's any question and answers actually, because
I got you. I got that all lined up. Are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
All righty. So the first question is, what software do you use email blasts?
MailChimp. And actually my company has integrated with Boosh, and I've been using that as well. They have some campaigns already kind of set up, but as far as my email blast, I use for my listings to go to all the realtors in Miami. There's a e-property blast. I think it's e-property blast, where you pay, I think it's $30 per email, or if you buy 10, it's only $15 per email. So I typically buy 10 and then have them there, and you have the credits, and then I will blast there. But for my weekly updates or my monthly newsletters, I'm using MailChimp, and then I'm starting to use my Boosh platform as well.
Okay, so now we have a question from Natalie Stone. Let me see if I can ask for video. If you want to bring up your video, Natalie, you can, no pressure. But you're live on the air. What's your question? Appears maybe it was an accidental hand raise.
Unmute herself.
Oh, yeah, let's unmute her. Natalie, are you there? You're unmuted.
Sorry, that was an arrow.
No worries.
Oh. Okay, thanks, Natalie. Hope you're doing well.
Okay.
Okay, so the next question is, so somebody asked, and so kind of tell the difference between the two, between a boost and the other type of post.
So the organic posts, when I do not do anything and I just post something onto my business page, my fans, the ones that are like diehard fans, the ones that are always liking, because I do have some of those, which I love them. They're the best. Only they will really see it. Like this right, I'm gonna go back to this. This is my organic post. So this was a video, and sometimes I leave these videos here even if I don't boost them. Typically the ones that you see with low views are automatically sent by my Instagram. Because Instagram, Facebook, you can choose, you can say boost on Facebook too. And so it'll automatically go there. And then I often go back and like delete the things that, that I don't really want to be there. But if it had a good message, sometimes I like to write things that I want people to read. Facebook people read more. So even though I don't have too many views, I'll leave them there. So these are called organic posts because I'm not boosting them. It's just on my page. I posted it. I get as many likes and views as I get, and that's it. But if I boost it, you're going to see the difference. You're going to see anywhere from 1,000. It depends. If I boost only $5 because I just want to get 1,000 views because it's not that important just to have content, then you'll see like 1,000. So as you see more views, I've paid more to get there.
Excellent. Okay, next question. You still good? You still want to keep asking questions or answering questions?
Yeah,
Awesome. We're running. You get extra bonus content today, guys.
Awesome.
This is a good day. Okay, so the next question. Where would you suggest going to get started with Facebook ads? This person is new to Facebook, and they don't just want to waste their money doing, which is a very good point, because if you have bad content and you throw a bunch of money behind it, it's kind of a waste of money. Would you agree?
Yes, and you know what I did when I started to learn how to do this? I would boost $1. I would boost $1 on things, and then I would kind of like see which dollar went farther, and then from there, okay, that's a good place to put $1. I mean, come on, if you tell yourself I have $20 for the month and I'm going to post, 5 days a week for $1, and then I'm going to kind of see what happens. That's what I would suggest.
And then you go ahead and you double down on the videos that perform well, correct?
Oh my gosh. If I post an article from the Herald, like I posted something on, they're doing a tunnel in South Beach. They're doing like this really pretty tunnel. I can't even remember. See, I don't even remember because it's so much. But I posted this thing and I noticed I put like $3 and I had like 27 likes in an hour, which is a lot on Facebook business page. And I said, ooh, okay. So I put like $30 on this walkway that people liked because it was something that was engaging. Another thing is when I first started doing this digital marketing, this is how I feel like my momentum has really like taken off, is because when I first started with my video, with this whole digital video thing, it was a mistake, like how I got so good at it. I mean, obviously, like, then you practice and it's no longer a mistake. It's on purpose. But I had my broker that told me, hey, if you want, or you could have a mentor or a friend, why don't you use my listing video and boost it? And I said, you know what? I'm going to spend $50 on this video, And that's when I got like really excited because I noticed like, oh my gosh, people are watching this. This is great. And then once I got to like 1,000 views, I noticed that the percentage of people that were watching it was higher. So then I started saying, okay, so if I boost originally $10 and I wait 3 days for it to get to 1,000, and once it gets to 1,000, then I'm gonna put in $10 more, because as people watch it, more people wanna watch it. That's what I've seen. As it grows, more people wanna watch it. So I use my broker's video to do this. And then I use my friend's off-market listing. And then I was able to show my listing at my new seller at a listing appointment. Hey, look, this is what I'm gonna do for you, right? And then as you started getting more listings and more videos and more boosts, now you can say, look at all this I do. As a matter of fact, on my phone, I'm constantly doing this. I screenshot, I don't know if you, let me see if you, hold on. My bad.
Dania, take down your screen and then go full screen with your camera.
Okay, hold on. How do I do that? Here. Oh no. Stop. Hold on. Stop share.
There you go.
All right. Now, let me put myself, how do I put myself? You're on the thing. If I go like this, I'm still small, right?
Yeah, you can see it pretty well.
Okay, I can't see myself, but if you can see me, that's fine. So this is like, as I go to my listing, I will show them all the things that I do, all my AdWorks, Boost. This is literally on my iPhone. It's an album and it's all my boosts. And I only have 40 here because I typically go like this. I say, look, I'm gonna make a video like this. See, I'm gonna make something like that. And then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a really nice virtual walkthrough, which is not loading, so I'll go to the next one. This is what I'm gonna post online. This is my Waze digital billboard I'm gonna do for you. These are all the views people are gonna see on Yahoo, ESPN. This is all my CNN. This is all my HomeSnap database. This is my Google database. This is my Facebook database. This is, you know, how many views I get. This is the extra credit projects that I'm gonna do for your listing. This is da. And I have it on my phone, and I don't even need to print that out. I just kind of say, look, let me show you how excited I am. I'm so creative and I love doing this stuff, and I'm gonna do all this stuff for you. People love it.
That's great. Okay, so the next question. What social media company do you use to manage all your social media platforms?
Myself. And my assistant, but mostly myself. This is my favorite part of this business, is being able to be creative. So I just, you know, I consume a lot of my colleagues' information, like all of what they're doing, and I get inspired, and you know, I follow a lot of realtors all around the nation, and I just get creative.
Very cool. Okay, next question. People have been asking this one a lot. Where can they find the Coca-Cola video?
Ooh, Dania Diaz sells Miami. Check it out. Okay, hold on. As a matter of fact.
You know what, Dania, since we got time, if you want to go back to share the screen and play it now. Yeah, why not?
All right. So I'm gonna take you to I'm gonna show you actually the backside. Let me small myself because I'm big right now. Oh, okay. So Facebook, where are you? All right, here we go. So this is my Facebook page. Well, no, that's the newsfeed. Just kidding. Albert Roy, my biggest fan. All right, so actually, let's go into video. So you can see I have a biography set up. Make sure you fill out your Facebook and you know, completely. There's this awesome section. You can boost, you can start with automated ads. I don't do that. There's a place called services that most people don't utilize. And I put a bunch of the services that I provide: move up buyer services, relocation, real estate negotiation. This is great. People see this, you know, super cool. I'm gonna go to the videos. Hold on. Ad Center, maybe Ad Center. I can find it there. Okay, let's get into the Ad Center. So this week, in the last, well, not this week, in the last 60 days, I've done 14 ads. I kind of, during like the whole COVID thing, I had like a whole month. I still had, thankfully, a few transactions was working on closing, but I spent a lot of time with the YPN, with training, and I didn't really boost like I do every day. But I spent $84 on 14 ads in the last 60 days. I had 20,000 people reached. I had 10,000 post engagements. I'm getting more engagements and 166 link clicks. So all ads. All right. So these are just the different things that I've boosted. Let's get to that Coca-Cola video because my gosh, that was like, I was just like blown away by the amount of people that reacted to that. So here we go. Wake up to amazing views, view results. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. I think this is the backside. See, $38 for one day and get 5,700 people to see it because Facebook is like, that's such a great ad. People love it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go back to find it a different way because that's not the right place. And most of the stuff I do on my phone too, it's a little different when you go onto here. Okay, videos, see all. This was the first house I ever did. This was my broker's listing, and this was the first one I ever boosted for $100. I got 4,800 views, and this one wasn't that much. It was because it didn't recognize me yet. But this was the first video I ever used on my page. So let's go into the video. So you can see 32 views. I didn't boost this. 456 views. I probably put $3 here. This one I didn't boost, 22 views. This one I didn't boost, 11 views. This one I did, a listing that I have in Country Walk. I think I spent $15 and I have 4,700 views. This was a Facebook Live video. I actually tried to boost this last night. It didn't let me. So I don't know if Facebook doesn't let you do live videos. This is Coca-Cola. 22,000 views. Let's watch it.
Yeah, I remember you showing me that transition from day to night. But last year, that was awesome.
Yeah, that video, I mean, that video I boosted everywhere. I sent it to all my friends, all my family. I showed it to everybody. Everybody was like, "Oh my God." It was amazing. It was a really, really cool video.
Excellent. Okay, so we have more questions. You got more answers?
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, how much, I know we saw the last 60 days that was affected by COVID, so not very good example. But let's just say in 2019, how much would you pay every single month on digital marketing in general?
No less than 300. It depends on how many listings I have. Um, Between photography and digital boosts, because HomeSnap, I typically do 300 automatic with every listing, and sometimes I'll go to 600, depends. And then on Facebook, I spend like 300. On Instagram, I spend like another 100. I don't really spend too much on Instagram. And then AdWorks is like $50 per ad. Again, it depends on how many listings I'm working in that moment. And some listings you don't want to boost. You know, they sell on their own quickly. It depends. But I spent a lot of money on digital marketing, but this didn't happen overnight. It's not like I just, I started out, I had $50. I boosted that Biscayne Pines video, and I started boosting like $1 a day on news articles. And then as the momentum built, I just started spending more money, because I feel like the more money you spend, it's an investment in yourself, So.
Very true. Okay, let me see what's next. Everybody's dying to know. I've been waiting. Do you want to share who your photographer is?
Drones Above Miami. He's amazing. He's our in-house with our well, he's not in-house because he's not exclusive with us, but he's so awesome. You gotta, and then like, since I send him so much of all my listings, he's my guy. He's very reliable. He does take a little while, because I guess he has a lot of work overload, and he's very good at what he does, and he takes his time, but it's worth the wait, 3 to 5 days. Drones Above Miami.
There you go. So people are asking, I don't know if you can necessarily gauge this, but can you roughly guess how many new buyers you picked up because of that video?
It's not about how many buyers I pick up now. It's about how many seeds I plant for the future. You don't know how many people I know for sure are in my pocket to buy the next time they need to or sell. I have definitely gotten I would say like 25% of my business is because people have seen me. They have seen me on Facebook. They might have forgotten about me, my past clients. Between the emails they get, the random texts I like to send out for holidays, and the holiday handwritten cards, and the Facebook, it's just like you hit them everywhere. So it's just seeds. I'm just putting sunshine and water on my advert, on my, I guess my digital billboard, or just, I don't know. It definitely pays off, because as you meet people and you show them these things, like I go on a listing presentation and I show them that photo album I have, along with everything else, along with the Remax name. I mean, obviously every company has their own things. I'm not trying to be promoting my company or anything, but I think that it sells me, because people are like, oh my gosh, she's going to do that for me. I think the most exciting thing is that I get so excited and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to tell the story of your house, like the way that I'm going to write the story of your house, and the way that I'm going to present it, and the video that I'm going to do. Like, I literally walk around with the photographer and I'm like, if you stand like this, like that, you're going to get like really cool angle. I want to feel like I'm sitting on the dining table, and I want to see how it feels to look out. That's a picture I want, So I don't know. I feel like it's not so much about, I'm going to get, I don't track metrics like that. I don't say, okay, so I'm going to spend $300 on Facebook and I need to get one buyer from it, because my goal is that I have that virtual billboard, so that like if someone says, hey, you should work with Dania, and they go Google Dania, and they look at all my reviews, they're all 5-star reviews, and they look at all my online stuff, they're going to say, oh yeah, I want to work with Dania too, So.
I want to point out one thing to everybody who's still watching. Did you see how excited Dania got when she was talking about her listing presentation? Yeah. I think people need to take away that you got to have that same sort of energy when you're giving your pitch, because people really can read when you're being sincere, when you're excited about the line of work that you're in. And if you can give that energy off, I promise the confidence in you would be extremely contagious, and That's part of the reason why Dania is so successful. Obviously, her digital billboard is amazing too, but it's more than that. It's more than that. It's also the person that you are and how you present it as well.
Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, of course. Thanks for always doing great work with Miami YPN, and congratulations on being a 20 under 40 award winner.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions, we'd love to see a raised hand. We'll bring you on, and you can ask in video or online. We still have 60 plus people on here. Here's what I'm willing to do. We can call it a day, or Dania, somebody's asking for your contact information. Can you share that right now?
Yeah, so on here, hold on. I don't know why it's there. Let's go back to my presentation on the end. I have my contact information here. So let me share my screen again. So let's go back. I have all of my handles so you can check it out. And you can kind of see what I was talking about, the differences between the pages. I try not to have each page look the same. You guys see that, my contact info?
Yep, we can see it.
All right, so at Dania Diaz Sales is my Twitter handle, and it's also my personal Facebook handle. And then, I mean, I have it there. I kind of itemized it, but then you'll see the business page, and you'll see the difference between what I post on personal, what I post on business. And I think in the beginning, it gets overwhelming because there's just so many things to do. But what I did was I first perfected Facebook. I used to do a lot more on LinkedIn, but I still have it, you know, it's set up. Kind of don't do so much there anymore, but it's still something that people can Google, and it's still there. Twitter, my assistant has done a fabulous job of sprucing that up for me because it was kind of sad about 6 months ago. And then Instagram. But definitely connect with me. Shoot me a friend request. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me personally. You got my phone number there as well. I love this. This is like what I live for. This digital stuff, this creative stuff. So.
Well, Dania, this was amazing. Do you have anything else you want to share?
Thank you for letting me share my digital marketing with all of you. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. It was a lot of fun to put this together. And guys, everything you do, think about this. Now I have that presentation. You think I'm not going to share that with my sellers? Like, of course, I'm going to be like, look, I actually made this presentation. Let me show you what I do. Let me show you my digital marketing skills. Bam.
Incredible. Okay, so Dania, you're amazing. Thank you. Here's what we're going to do now. We still have 50 plus people on this call. I'm going to make everybody a panelist. And if you want to talk about anything we want now, we can just kind of do a mastermind session. Don't feel like you got to stay. But if you want to continue the conversation, have fun, kick it with Miami YPN, now's your time to do it. So I will start adding people as panelists. Go ahead and add your camera. Oh, we got one hand raised. Hold on. Magdalena, hold on one second. I'm going to promote you to panelist. And I'm going to unmute you as soon as you pop up. If you do pop up. Oh, there you are. Okay, Magdalena, do you have a question for Dania? I guess it was an accident. All right. Thanks, Magdalena. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to start adding people as panelists now. Anybody can go ahead and talk about a topic or anything else. We're just at an open sort of mastermind session now. And if you gotta go, thank you so much for attending the first ever 20 Under 40 Pro Talks. It was simply incredible. It went smoother than I thought. I was a little nervous. It was great. Our members are what make this association great. And thank you for allowing this event for something like this to happen and attend the entire time. I'm adding people to panelists right now.
I'm curious to know if anybody has any of their own digital marketing tricks that they could share with me.
Yeah, so let's start there as I'm adding more people as panelists. Does anybody want to jump in and talk about something cool that they've done digitally? Okay,
I have a question for
Kevin.
Dania.
Go ahead.
Daniel, great presentation. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
As far as, excuse me, as far as Facebook, are the boosts more cost effective than running a Facebook ad? Because I know there's two different things. One is a boost and one is creating an ad. I've heard that boost is not as effective or cost effective as an ad. What's your take on that?
Okay, so from what I understand is every time you post anything onto your feed on Facebook, it gives you a chance to boost it. That's what I do, I boost. Now, Facebook has ads as far as you can advertise the actual page, or they can create ads for you.
Okay.
Or you can make an ad for an event, or you can make an ad to get people to go to your website. Okay. What I do for the most part is boosting in the beginning to get people to even see my page, to get the likes that I have. I actually had to boost the page or make an ad for the page.
So maybe boost it first, and then if, like you said, if there's good engagement, maybe run an ad if it looks good or good result.
To me, a Facebook ad and a Facebook boost, I don't really see like a huge difference. The only difference I can see is since there's different ways to boost, or there's different things you can boost, like maybe create a Facebook ad is when they do it for you, or just to create an ad so that people can visit your page. I am boosting my posts. I want my posts to show up in people's news feeds.
Okay.
So like I said, in the beginning, I would spend like $1 on like news articles. Okay. And then if it did well, I spent $3. And if it did well, I spent $10, you okay. know? And then I made a budget. Obviously, you got to cap off at some point. You can't just, boost everything.
Right, right. And so what's the name of your photographer, if you don't mind saying it one more time?
Drones Above Miami.
Drones Above.
I'm on Instagram.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Cool.
He's great.
Okay, how about anybody else? What sort of fun marketing things? Let's expand it a little bit. Maybe instead of one that you have or have not done, what's one that you've seen that completely blew your mind? Let's see how we can add upon the value of what's already a good post.
Well, I see a lot of the luxury agents. Their email marketing game is incredible. Top of my head, Michael Martinez. I don't know him personally, but I receive his emails and I'm always blown away. Lifestyle video this, lifestyle video that, and he does very well on YouTube. I know there's like algorithms. I see you got to pick your avenue. On YouTube to get like, let's say 1,000 views, or 10,000 or 100,000 or 1 million, you have to be consistently doing it like every single week or something like that. I've been told, but I really haven't played around with that. So I would actually like to talk to him. He could teach me a class on that.
And somebody asked earlier, do you ever teach this as a class?
Oh, I would.
You would?
Yeah.
All right. Well, looks like we'll have something coming up with our Better Business series. Just so for those of you that don't know, every Wednesday, and we're going to be expanding our classes, but every Wednesday we host a class. The next class is next Wednesday. It's Digging for Gold with Remind Pro. And we have the founder of Remind that's going to be there. So he's going to tell you all about these digital farming tricks and tips. And our very own Alfredo Morajon, he'll also be on the call, and he'll also be telling you great ways to integrate it with Google Ads and a few other ways. So something definitely to look out for. We'll be sending ads out for those over the weekend. So be sure and sign up.
Awesome.
And then, of course, follow us on Miami YPN on Instagram, and we'll be promoting the class on there as well. And we'll have a link in our bio.
Awesome.
What about this conference as a whole? Does anybody want to talk about maybe their favorite gem or nugget that they pulled away from this conference? This is open to anybody.
Kevin.
Yes.
No, great class, Dania. Basically, you have to, you taught us how to, Facebook ad. I know a lot of people do it, then they kind of like, get turned off, then they go back again. You have to be consistent. I think you said it. You have to be consistent on your post. And I learned that from that. I wrote it down. Sometimes you put a post, you didn't get enough views, then you go back to Instagram, then go back to Facebook. So I think you got to be consistent and be creative, like you said, with video, pictures, and Facebook Live also is working well. So I'm glad that you were able to go over that, and the examples that you did, the ads. So definitely we have to continue doing it. So I like that.
So
think
from a mortgage perspective, what sort of stuff would you consider doing for your business?
I mean, a lot of educational information. You know, a lot of people when they call me, they want me to talk about. I love social media, by the way. They love videos. You know, how to talk about credit, mortgages, programs. You know, what's the best way to apply for a loan? What's the best mortgage program? So for mortgages, works more like educational. And if you did a closing with a real estate agent, it's always good to post that that things are happening, things are moving, and that we're financing. A lot of people think that financing is not happening, but yet it's happening a lot more right now, even more than ever. So
That's great.
that's the type of education they're looking for.
Anybody else? Does anybody else want to talk about a topic that they absolutely loved or something that they learned that thought was fascinating from the 20 Under 40 conference? And I'll expand this even further. If you don't want to talk about what you learned today, go ahead and throw something in that you may want to learn in the future if we were to do this event again. Anybody?
YouTube.
Just a YouTube class in general?
Yeah, I don't know
YouTube
much
channel.
about YouTube. So, I mean, I have a channel, I have my listings there, but nobody sees it. I mean, I use it. It's useful because every time I have a showing or whatever, I'll send a link to the YouTube. But I don't know, I don't really know how to use it too well.
Yeah, I think with YouTube, you got to really leverage those keywords, because what I do know is that it's like the second largest search engine or something like that. So if you were to type something into Google and you had an established page and you hit the right words, then your video should populate up close towards the top.
True. Yeah, people can find you a lot easier on it's owned by Google. So yeah, so whatever your home search, first time home buyers, how to do Facebook ads, real estate, a lot of people look for that and they can find you better. But yeah, it's just another, you just got to put time and effort doing YouTube channel, be consistent on your shows, episodes, pretty much.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anybody else, a topic that they want to learn about or a topic that they loved learning about today?
Somebody asked a question. They said if they were on the other link of classes, will the ones I was not able to watch be available via recording?
Yes, of course. So my job is only half done now. Now the next half of today and part of tomorrow, I'll be uploading all the videos, not only onto YouTube, but also MiamiRealtorsLive.com. MiamiRealtorsLive.com is an exclusive streaming platform for Miami Realtors. You just log in like you would normally into the member portal, and you'll be able to access all the videos and trainings that you desire on MiamiRealtorsLive.com. Dory, I saw you pop up earlier. Did you have a question or a comment?
Oh, I love the baby. Oh, I love him. Oh, cute. No, Dania, thank you for what you said about boosting and what you said about spending less money. I like that. I'm going to do that. So you put $1, $5. That was a great thing. I thought I had to spend a lot of money, and I like also the idea of the video YouTube class. I like that. So I'm going to be looking forward for that one to register. Thank you, Dania. Thank you, Kevin, for everything.
Of course, of course. Quick question, Dania, if we can build off what you just said right there. Do you want to talk about maybe what you're going to be sharing through Boosted and Facebook ads?
What I share? What do you mean?
Oh, no, I'm talking to Dory.
Oh.
Dory, she said she's excited about implementing this into her business now. So what sort of videos, what sort of things do you envision yourself doing?
Just like Dania said about the listings, even from my broker too. I have some listings from my own listings, so I wanted to put it on and just boost it, start like she said, $1, $5, and then just go see what's going on. I was afraid. I'm just afraid of putting that into Facebook, and I think she explained it very easily.
Yeah, don't be afraid. With Facebook ads, the one thing that you really do have to factor in is you do kind of want a proof of concept for the video. So, but what Dana does to kind of mitigate the risk is she incrementally puts money in, and the better it performs, the more time she puts it in. So that's just something to think about when you're doing it is if it's not performing well, maybe you just need a few tweaks. And with video, it's really kind of a fail forward side of the industry, or it can be at first. What's very important to consider here is sometime done is better than perfect. Get it out there,
Yep.
learn from your mistakes,
Mhm.
and then you'll have another video in the future that you can redo again and apply the things that you learned from the first time around.
Great. Thank you. Thank
Right.
you for everything.
Of course. Anybody else? Something they love learning about today or something they want to learn about in the future with Miami YPN?
Kevin, I just want to jump in and say, first of all, thank you very much. This was amazing. I learned a lot. And one thing I have to say, everyone who present their passion level, as you were just saying about Dania and how they're dedicated, it's amazing. And I think what I really learned on this part as well is the why. Because if your why is really strong and you're doing it for the right reason, which is really comes back to people, you know, and what is your value proposition is pretty impressive. For myself, you know, I'm just getting into the real estate business and, you know, passing the exam, etc. So I wanted to kind of get a feedback from some of the experts here of what should I consider when I'm choosing a broker.
I think we got two great people that will comment on this, and they're from two different brokerages, which is important. Let's start. Chandra, can I put you on the spot? She's with EXP. Can you answer the question, Chandra?
Yeah, sure. So I think that especially if you're new, the most important thing that you'll need is training. So you want to make sure that whatever broker that you go with is going to be providing all of the training that you will need, and not just, everything. I mean, contracts, classes, marketing classes, everything. And they're also going to be they need to be providing you the tools as well, because it's expensive to be in real estate, as Dania was, showing in some of her videos, how much she puts into just in the video boosting, like boosting her post. That's not anything else, so everything could be very expensive. So you want to make sure that whatever broker you choose has the tools, has the resources, that you are in a very collaborative brokerage as well, that other agents don't mind sharing their, having you share their listings, will share information with you, and will even allow you to shadow them and things like that. If your broker won't do it, then the other agents should be able to allow you to do that. And the training, honestly, you just need to, this is a learn before you earn industry. So make sure that whichever broker you choose is going to be teaching you everything that you'll need to know to succeed in this. There are a lot of great brokers here in Miami or in South Florida in general, so I'm sure you'll find a great one.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Dania, do you have anything to add to that answer?
Well, again, I think she's right. I think the first year that I got back in full-time real estate, I spent training. I hired a coach. I invested in the Fortune Builders Mastery Investment Flipping Program. I got like the inner circle. I took it like a college. I went to the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing. I got my CNE certification. I got my PSA certification. I got my MRP certification. Any class that I could take at the board, I took it. Any new software that came on, if they offered a webinar, I was on it. Anytime, anything, like it was like, and I read and by the and not only did I go to all these classes, but I'm a note taker. So I have like pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of all the notes of all the classes that I've been to. And then periodically I'll go back to them and I'll read them. And that's the secret. I tell any new agent, you really need to build your digital footprint. Make sure you sign up to anywhere you can put your profile out there, do it. There's a lot of free resources that you have, and then leverage that in the beginning. And then as you gain traction, again, maybe partner up with a mentor, maybe use your broker. Hopefully they're collaborative, like Chandra said, and they'll let you use their pictures or their listings. And then from there you gain recognition, and over time you'll have your own stuff, and you'll be able to afford a bigger marketing budget. But the beginning is training. 100%. You want my goal, and this is great because I'll go to customers, and when they say this, it's like the most amazing compliment they can give me. They'll say, "Oh my gosh, I feel like you just gave me so much information. I don't feel confused at all. You know, you're so knowledgeable." And that's like what I want. That's what I want to portray. And I think that that's going to make people trust you, and that's going to create referrals, and that's going to create business. So training number one.
Kaveh, you have any follow-up questions or anything like that?
No, thank you. That's very, very helpful. Very inspiring.
Glad we could help. Anybody else? Something that they loved learning about today, or something that they'd want to learn in the future? I think Jonathan Espinoza said growth. Do you want to talk more about that, Jonathan? Or anybody else? Anybody else can jump in at any time. Okay, well, it looks like we are at a standstill. And with that, we will conclude the very first ever 20 Under 40 Pro Talks. Once again, from the bottom of all of Miami YPN's heart, thank you so much for attending. We are nothing without you. Together we are better. And with the trainings and everything else that we provide, we surely will take over the real estate market. Please stay tuned for more great content. We're going to be here for you for 2020 and beyond. This is our 100-year anniversary, so we got a lot of other special things planned. So once again, go out there, be great, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank
You're
you,
the
everyone.
together.
Thank you, everyone.
Guys, bye.
Great
Thanks.
class.
Great class.
Thank you, Kevin.
Of course.